morning. Amanda Brooks here, coming to you live from Bangor, Maine. I am a physician assistant. I work in emergency medicine. I also own Inner Greatness Center, which is a place where I'm really hoping to bridge the gap between modern and alternative medicine. But this morning's conversation, it's going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be fact-based. So over the weekend, I was in the ER. I was surrounded by super sick people, and I just kept getting this feeling that I wanted to have a little heart-to-heart with you guys. So I'm gonna get really real, going to get raw, and I hope that this provides you with some value. Good morning, Alicia. So first of all, do you want to become well? That's the real question that we need to ask ourselves. And if you do, I just want to say it's super important to start to take action, right? We all have to go down the path that's right for us though. So this past weekend, I was seeing lots of patients super sick with weird autoimmune diseases, rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's, diabetes, coronary artery disease, you name it, they had it. And the thing is they need to take action. So if you're someone that's suffering from cancer or whatnot, if you're suffering from some chronic disease, some autoimmune condition, you need to decide to take action. You need to do what's right for you, not what others think is right for you. So a lot of times people start doing things like chemo because everyone wants them to. They start taking an immune modulator like Remicade or Humira because their physician wants them to. Now, fear, we all have it, it's normal. But courage really isn't the absence of fear. It's the realization that there's something more important than fear. So people oftentimes make fear-based decisions, like I'm afraid not to do chemo. I'm afraid not to take Remicade because my doctor tells me that's what I have to do. But I personally, I'd be afraid to take chemo. I'd be afraid to go on Remicade. So it's all about educating ourselves and doing what feels right to you in your gut. So I get excited. You guys know this. I get excited and I'm super passionate about changing my life to make it for the better. And there's really three things that I think are super important. Number one, nutrition. Number two, exercise. Number three, and it's always a work in progress for me, is forgiveness. So about 6 or 7 years ago, for those of you who haven't heard my story, I was working in a really busy emergency department. Hey, good morning, Melissa, and down in Pennsylvania. And I was surrounded again by all these sick people. And I was adhering strictly to the medical model. I'd gone to school because I have a really big heart. I really love helping people. And I thought that if I read more peer-reviewed studies, if I did more research, if I learned more about the up-and-coming modern medicine, that I could help more people, that I could help prevent disease, that I could help treat disease. But what I realized is that I'm surrounded by more and more sick people, people that aren't getting better. So it wasn't until I decided to really bridge that gap with alternative medicine. So yeah, modern medicine, it's super important, but alternative medicine is even more important. Then I felt super empowered. I empowered myself and I thought I could go out and change the world. I thought everyone would listen, everyone would do what I say, and everyone would get better. But guess what? It didn't work that way. There are so many people in my friend circle, in my family circle, they don't care what I have to say. They're still going to continue to do what they're going to do. And it really hit me this weekend, like I said, working 3 12-hour shifts in a row, which I don't recommend. It's not that fun. But what happened is I realized there are really 3 groups of individuals. The first group, and I'm making up these percentages, you guys. I'm not good with numbers. This is just kind of my guesstimate. The first group is probably makes up about 10 to 20% of the population. They're the people that they don't care. They don't want to get better. They might be sick with cancer and they're not scared of dying. They don't care. They say that they've got to die of something. They're not willing to make any sort of changes. That's a small percentage of the population. Then there's the second group. These are like the majority of individuals, probably 60 to 70% of people. They want to live. They want to get better. They're willing, they think, to do whatever it takes as long as it's through conventional treatment, right? So like they want to go to their doctor. They'll get put on any drug that their doctor prescribes. They'll undergo chemo, they'll undergo surgery, they'll undergo this test, this trial, that trial, but forget about alternative, forget about lifestyle modification. So if their doctor tells them to do it, as long as it's like a pill, a potion, an IV, a surgical procedure, they'll do it. And then there's a third group of people that probably makes up about, I don't know, 5 to 10% of the population. And these are the people that will do whatever it takes. They will modify their lifestyle. They'll make radical changes. Yeah, exactly, Randy. Educate yourself. They will do things that are uncomfortable, that are outside the norm. They'll do coffee enemas. They'll omit dairy from their diet. And so the real question that I'm asking today, I guess, is do you want to get well? Like really get well? Like most people, they just don't want to die, right? Like they don't want to die, but are you willing to make the changes? Because oftentimes I'm talking to you guys and you want that magic pill, that magic potion, but there's absolutely more that you have to do. So are you willing to make changes in your life? Are you willing to forgive? Are you willing to forgive all people in your life forever? Because mood and emotional state has a lot to do with our wellness. You've got to enjoy what you're doing. You've got to enjoy the process, right? Do you guys know Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine? He says, let food be thy medicine. How cool is that? I love eating. Do you guys like eating? So you need to do what you're doing and enjoy it. So how many people love chemo? How many people love being on Remicade, Imuran, like any of those medications with nasty side effects? No one. So if you're putting something into your body that you hate and you're telling yourself you hate it, it's not going to help you heal. It's kind of just not a good thing. So anyway, empower yourselves, you guys. Take control of your health, your life. That will empower you. If you rely on your physician for absolutely everything, you're empowering them. So often, like people come into the emergency department and they're blaming their doctor. They're hemming and hawing. Oh, my doctor didn't do this. My doctor didn't do that. It's really not your doctor's job. It's your job. So keep track. Know what you're taking for medications. Know what your symptoms are. Know what it is you're experiencing. Keep a journal. Just empower yourself. Start educating yourself. Like Randy said, these things are important. So if you have a faith, if you believe in God, if you have a higher power, that's probably number one focus in your life. Number two, it should be you. And number three, then your physician. Your physician is not a God. I know a lot of you are watching this and you're thinking that we are in medicine. We know everything. We don't. We're humans. People make mistakes. So you guys need to empower yourselves. So anyway, today's age, it's really the best time to get sick. I hate to say that, but there's so many resources that are available to all of us, right? Like we have online support, we have accountability groups, you name it, you can find it on the internet. So be thankful, be grateful for what you have. Sometimes I get into a negative tailspin about obstacles that I have to surmount in my life, but when I really think about it, obstacles, they're given to us for a reason, right? Like they make us stronger. They say that problems turn into blessings and blessings come disguised as problems. So, if you're suffering from something that's less than desirable as a medical condition, look at it as an obstacle. You can do this. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know how I feel about plant-based diets, reversing disease. There's so many other things, supplements. Just be an advocate for your own health. It's a pretty short message today, just a heart-to-heart, trying to reach out to you guys. I know that I can't help everyone, but it really is my goal to provide education because the first 6 or 7 years of my medical career, I had blinders on and I wasn't willing to listen to anyone like me. And now, come full circle, I'm completely different. So if you have a family member that's just resistant, keep living by example and doing your thing. And if there's anything I can ever do to help, please reach out. Hey, good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Kathy. You guys, thanks so much for all your support. I appreciate you and your willingness to help me to improve the wellness of others. So, hey, have a great day. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.